The session yesterday, looking at the future of pharmacy and where was clinical pharmacy heading, was really about trying to ask some of the questions about what should a good clinical pharmacy service look like, how should it be set up, and once you know that, we then get into the discussions of what resources do you need to be able to provide that. And so it was an open discussion with the audience. It wasn't somebody stating their opinions as to how it should be, but just actually having a discussion to say what should we be doing and how should it work. We posed some questions, some very broad and open questions to the audience about things like what does best look like, and we actually went from best to what does outstanding look like, which probably brings us into CQC terminologies, but actually that's what we want to be, is the outstanding oncology pharmacy services in the country. And we didn't necessarily get an answer, but that was part of the point. What we were asking the audience is, how can we prove what an outstanding pharmacy service would look like, and where are the gaps in the research and the knowledge to show what that looks like so that we can get there. Some of the audience actually did have some evidence that either hasn't been shared widely or just has been lost over the years as to why they do services the way they do. And I think one of the bits from the audience will be that they'll bring back some of that bits of data from 10 or 15 years ago when services evolved that proved the way they do it appears to be better than somewhere else. But the other thing from the audience was that we got 17 volunteers at the end of the session who put their names forward to come and work with BOPA to develop a workforce plan so that we can actually look how to develop services in the future. So I think the next steps are to get in touch with those 17 volunteers and decide where we go from there. I suspect that'll probably mean getting some of them in a room, and in my head that means we produce some form of document that describes what an outstanding pharmacy service should look like and what the resources needed are. Coupled with that, what the evidence base for that is, and whether that's just best opinion or whether that's actually evidence-based practice, and where it's best opinion, identifying where future research questions might lie.